Hi! This is my second video on designing knitwear, and in the first video I showed you how to design a simple scarf, and in this video I'm talking about cowls. Cowls are knit in the round, and there's certain types of cowls that you could make. I'm going to show you a few that I've made and give you some steps on how to design one. So the first thing you need to do is choose a yarn and a yarn type. So if you're looking into yarn that you have and see something that you might want to make a cowl out of, that's great. I chose, for this pattern, a pretty heavy yarn, and that's Yarnia PDX. So it's about 4 different yarns in one knit at the same time. And this is a lace cowl in the round. So the second thing you need to do is what kind of cowl you're going to make. And this one is just a tube. There's no ribbing or anything, it's just lace. So when I put it around, it makes a nice little cowl like that. Another thing you can do is you can make one that has a border, and there's some cowls you like to wrap twice, and this one I can wrap it once. I can barely wrap it a second time. It's a lot longer. And this cowl here is knitting and purling, and it has a little twist in it. So when I join this, instead of the usual be careful not to twist, the twist was actually part of it. So I did twist this when I knit it, and it goes around the shoulders. Kind of. Like that. Other cowl types are long tubes that you connect the ends to, so making a tube scarf and then connecting it. You can do that. Another one is make a scarf and then just connect it. So without making a tube, just connect it. So that would be making it knitting this way and knitting around instead of having it go vertically like you usually would. So the next step after you decide that is to make a gauge swatch to make sure you know how many stitches per inch you have with the yarn and needles that you want to use, and to write that down and play around with it. And when you have a pattern like this one with the lace, you need to make sure your repeats connect at the end and the beginning. So if you're making it, make sure you're casting on the number of stitches that make a complete pattern. So it's seamless. There's no, I don't have like 2 knit stitches at the end or beginning. I knit this complete, and so the lace connects at the end and the beginning. That's really important. For intarsia also, if you're making an intarsia cowl, making sure that intarsia pattern connects in the round. The nice thing about intarsia in the round is that or lace in the round, you don't have to turn it, you don't have to turn the work and purl. You can just knit. Also for rolling, making sure you use like a garter or an I-cord edge or ribbing. So this is this is just purl. It makes a nice little, looks like an I-cord. And that's nice. It looks nicer than just a knit stitch edge that will curl in. So making sure that you use those techniques to make it nice and finished looking. Write everything down as you're making the pattern, and then you can publish it. Once you get some test knitters and all that going, that's kind of it. That's a real simple way to make a cowl. Cowls are in the round again, and they're quite quick and easy to make. It just does take a little bit of time to figure out the stitches that you need to cast on to make sure that that pattern connects if you're doing lace. So that's it.